Thanks guys for tuning back into the channel. I appreciate y'all watching and everything. Today is Sunday. We got back from New Bruns, I guess about 10 o'clock last night. Had a good trip back home, no issues. Trailer done good. Captain America done good. That's our dually. We call it Captain America because when we bought the truck about a year ago, it had a wrap down both sides of the American flag. It was peeling and coming off, and so anyway, me and my daughter got down here one day and we peeled the sides of it off, and she said, "Daddy, leave that on the tailgate." And I said, "Well, I was planning on it." I said, "But why?" She said, "Because I like Captain America." And so that's where the name come from, and it stuck, and so that's the name of our dualies, Captain America. So we had a safe trip, no breakdowns, no flats, and Sophia made the trip good. I'm fixing to air the tires up on it. We're going to get it off the trailer, get the trailer unhooked, and move some stuff out of the shop where we can get it on our two-post lift and see what the car is like up underneath. I mean, we've looked up under it, but I really want to go over everything and start making a list in my head of kind of what we're going to need to get this project started. And I've even got some tires and wheels I want to test fit on it to see what it looks like. So y'all hang around. Let's see what those tires and wheels look like on it. And by the way, Jennifer's dying to take it to the house because she wants to scrub it and clean it, but I want to look at it up underneath real good before we turn her loose with it. So y'all hang out. Come on. You got some orange paint on your car, but hey, that right there is way easier to push with than me and you trying to struggle to get it in here. So just lift it up and see what we're dealing with. Okay, this was just hanging. Get this out of the way. I found my favorite work cat to keep from messing up my other good hat.
Okay.
But there is a couple of rust spots, nothing real major. So we knew this spot right here was here. So we seen that when we looked at it when we were buying it. It's got this little spot right here. And this floor support right here. So they sell all these pieces. We'll just clean it, pressure wash it real good, and treat it with some POR after we get everything welded in and fixed, and put all new bushings and everything on it. Body mount bushings, I mean. But I want to pull motor and transmission, and I want to steam clean everything as much as possible, get it clean as possible. That way if we find any more weak spots, we can go ahead and cut them out and fix them. Then we'll do a nice undercoat, do some chassis black on the frame and some new body bushings and shocks, and upgrade the brakes. I want to go ahead and remove this because it was dangling. And it's getting late, Sunday afternoon, so we'll throw those tires and wheels on it to kind of get a visual, see what it's going to look like, and then we'll pick it up tomorrow afternoon. How about that?
Sounds good.
Okay. So, me and Newman got these from a friend of ours, Chevy at Pro Street Customs, probably back during the winter. Got some skinnies for the front, and I'm hoping the rears will fit. Oh, I got a lug nut for it. I'm about to dig through the lug nut bucket to try to find some.
Oh yeah, that's gonna work.
What?
That looks mean. I like it.
Are you gonna be a Crager woman?
I don't know if I like it.
Okay.
That looks good.
Let me hunt some lug nuts up.
Okay.
Okay, I got bad news. I think the wheels look awesome on me. But I dug through my bucket of lug nuts, and I do not have any shank lug nuts, 50 Cragers for this 55. So, we will order some.
Oh, you have.
Okay. We'll put them on when they get here. We'll walk around, let's look at it. It's going to be tight. But you can stand back here and look from this angle. I mean, I think they're going to clear. We won't know till we let it down and put some weight on it. But I like it. You like it?
I love it. Looks awesome.
You was unsure about those Cragers, wasn't you?
I was. It looks mean. Like a mean old woman now.
Well, Sophia was pretty mean.
She was.
Alrighty. I'm hot. I'm tired. It's Sunday afternoon. So,
And we're hungry.
yeah. Let's go inside and get a shower and eat some supper and hang out and watch a good movie and have some family time. Hey guys, so I couldn't stand the dent any longer in the lower quarter. I've been massaging on it, got the bumper off last night, and yeah, I'm not a body guy, but I made something. So I was sticking this up inside the inner quarter, and it had a terrible crease right through here and here. So it's coming out. We get it all out and shaped up. I could not stand it any longer. It was driving me crazy. Then we'll get the bumper back on it and get some new bumper bolts. All of those broke off. I had to torch a couple of them. So anyway, but it is looking better. You think it looks better?
I do. Much, much better.
There's still a little warpage here and there.
Yeah, but that's character.
I know, but I want to get as much character out of this one spot as we can.
Okay.
All right, guys, we're back. So, I'm nasty. I'm hot and tired. Seems like that's all I ever say. Anyway, I ain't no body man. Don't claim to be, never have been. So, if y'all remember, this thing was creased pretty bad. I mean, all of this was. So, I've been hammering and dollying. I had to cut the inner fender loose right here, the splash shield, mud shield, whatever. So, when I pull this back, hear that?
Yeah.
That little dent right there is going to pop out. And it'll line back up where it's supposed to be. But I had to cut it loose to give the metal some relief, because I had to form this back and try to get these creases out the best I can. So, I'm not trying to make it perfect anyway. I want it to match the rest of the car, but this thing was caved in bad. So, I couldn't stand it no longer.
It looks really, really good.
I mean, Looks way better. I mean, it ain't 100%, but it's probably.
I mean, it just looks like it's got extra patina right there.
Right. I don't know. It's probably 80%. Okay. So here's a side that's not bent up. It's in pretty good shape. And I have been trying to mimic this side on the other side. This little body line around this bumper was all bent in, especially in that curve. But I'm getting there. So this side looks good. This side did not. So getting this back right here was a pain in the butt. Yes, I see that dent right there, but I've been working on trying to get this right down through here. Because if you see that line in that paint, that is where the big giant crease was. It's looking better. It's coming together. And Jennifer got the seat out. She's gonna go home and work on it.
It was hot.
You look hot.
I'm hot.
You look like you got maybe insulation or rat droppings on you.
I got rat poop and rat pee all over me.
Okay. Won't be the first and won't be the last. All right. So, what are you doing with this?
I'm gonna take it home and try to clean it with a rainbow a little bit and see if it even comes clean. And then try to patch up the holes.
You're gonna patch that?
Either that or recover the whole thing. I can recover the bottom. I don't know if I can do the back part. So.
Too bad the rats chewed that hole in it because the rest of it.
Front seat looks like that too. But the seat part might be easier for me to do.
You mean you don't want to do the Mexican blanket?
If I have to, I will.
When I was a kid, my papa had one of them on his truck
mine
seat.
did too. Brand new truck. We went and got a Mexican
And when I'd
blanket.
get in it with shorts on, it itched me to death.
Yes.
I mean, like, back of my legs would be raw.
Yeah. My papa did too.
All right, baby doll. Well, it's almost dark outside, so let's get everything shoved in and put back up. And we will see y'all tomorrow afternoon, after work, hopefully. Later.
Bye.
That'll do for now. Y'all seen how bad this lower quarter panel was caved in the picture. So I've been beating and massaging and dollying and trying to get this thing straightened out the best I could. I had to cut this, come right here and I'll show them back. I had to cut this inner wheel well, mud flap, whatever you want to call it, loose in order to straighten all this up in here. So I've been dollying and trying to straighten all this the best I can. We got a hole right there we got to fix. And I grind all these little welds down because when I was straightening all this, a lot of this was split right here on this lower edge from the damage. So I'm going to slick it all up nice once I get everything welded in place. And some of this is real thin. So if you'll look down the side here, it's starting to take shape. I mean, it's starting to look pretty fair compared to what it did look like because it looked terrible. So I'm not trying to get it body shop, Barrett Jackson perfect, but I do want it to look decent and keep the patina look. So I guess a little more hammering and dollying, maybe a little more welding, fix that spot right there. Probably gonna have to cut that out a little bit and put a little piece of sheet metal in there. Might stitch it up like Mr. Bob does. But anyway, it's looking way better, finally. Got this body line back around the bumper. You can see in the metal where the crease and everything was, but I'm happy with it. It's coming together. We'll see. Moving on.
I think it looks good.
Moving on. Great. It's hot, y'all. Goodness gracious, is it hot? Holy cow. It's the next day. I didn't finish this last night because every time I tried to weld up this little bitty hole, it got bigger, bigger, bigger. Probably about the size of a golf ball. Anyway, I put a piece of metal behind it, scabbed over it, welded it in, and I've just been trying to shape it back and fill in my pinholes, and it's coming together. It's looking decent. I'm gonna finish grinding this out right here, or dressing it up, and hopefully that will have it. If it don't, probably end up cutting this section out and going to the donor car out there and cutting a section out of it and welding it in here. But I don't understand why this is so thin right here. Maybe it's the way it's manufactured, because on the back side of the car, it's not rusty or rusted through anywhere except for till you get to this tail panel behind the trunk wheel, which I know is a common problem with these 55s. So I'm gonna keep working on it, but if it turns into much more of a pain in my butt, I'm gonna cut it out and weld another piece in. I don't want to, but I'm tired of messing with this one spot. I'm ready to do other things to the car. So anyway, I'm getting back after it, and it's hot. See how bad of a body man I am?
It's not.
Waves on the ocean.
It looks good.
You wouldn't let me put no Bondo on it to make it.
No.
So.
No. I'd rather have waves.
Okay. Okay. Looks like crap, don't it?
It don't. It's just blue.
So, I shot this raw metal with some Self-X primer. Let it dry, then I come back and shot it with some high build primer. Let it dry, sanded it down. Then I had some old blue and some black. I didn't have any green, but I wanted to practice, so take this off. Shot it with a blue, shot it with a black like a minute, two later, and then took some paint thinner on a rag and just kind of smudged it around. It hid all my hammering and dollying pretty decent, so we wanted to try it, see how it was going to do. We're going to come back and do it with some green. I talked to the guy at the paint store. He's going to mix me up some single stage green like this. He's going to shoot this and match it as close as possible. And I will scuff this up a little bit, shoot it with that, and then we'll do the same effect to it. So that way it'll carry the patina look. You see, I mean, it's missing paint all over. But we love this look. We don't want to change it. But I did not like this big giant dent. I could not stand it. So anyway, the dent's gone for the most part. It looks pretty cool. It looks patina. We're gonna come back and do some green, but we're fixing to put some wheels on this thing with some mix match lug nuts, because we ordered some from Summit. None of our parts houses had any shank style lug nuts, and Summit's got lost. Then they showed up yesterday, and Summit sent 1/2 inch by 20 instead of 7/16 by 20. So we got a couple lug nuts. I think I got enough to put 2 or 3 on each wheel. That way we can get it down, get it under the carport. She's dying to wash it. I'm gonna bolt the rear bumper back on temporarily while I have something to push on. But we'll come back to this. But I'm fine with this for right now. We still got a whole lot of other stuff to do, and probably spent way too much time on this. But I couldn't stand it. I wanted to see if I could get that dent out and do some dolly work, because I've never done any body work, any hammer, any metal work besides floor pans and rocker panels. As far as something that the eye is going to see, this is my first attempt at it. So she's happy with it. I'm not happy with it, but
I think it looks wonderful.
I
thought it looked wonderful 3 days ago.
You got to start and learn somewhere. So anyway,
OCD.
Yes.
Eat up with it.
I'm getting better though. I keep rubbing on this, hoping that I can. This stuff, like this little spot, to go away.
It's not.
But anyway, all right, y'all. We're gonna get some wheels on this thing. We have 3. We're gonna put this one back on. We're gonna get it out of the shop and get it pushed up to the house, to the carport, where we can pull it in there. And tomorrow we're gonna scuff it, wash it down real good, and see what the car looks like with the new wheels on, and let y'all check it out. Later. All right, guys. It's the next day after work, and we pushed the car under the carport. I want you to look at something. You might have to walk back. Walk back. You got a good view of that car. Do you notice something about it?
It's sagging on the left.
It's leaning on the left. Okay. So the story behind this thing is, it was under a shed and a tornado come through in Tennessee, and the shed fell in on it. Well, there's a dent here, one here, and if you look up this roof line, there's one there and there, all the way down the car. And what that is that was the rafters. When it come in and fell on the car, they all landed on it. So, now I don't know the story. Me, you, and Newbern found this car. A guy had bought it, brought it to his shop, had it for what, 2 or 3 weeks?
If that, yeah.
And we bought it from him. So, the car has been off the road since 1979. But we don't know how long the car sit up under that shed with the roof laying on top of it. So, in my mind, and I could be totally wrong, I think it was there long enough with that much weight on it that made the springs weak. So, and I think that's the reason it has this sag in it on the left-hand side, because everything hit here, and all the pressure applying to the car, the roof that is, I think that's the reason it's sagging on the left side. That's my theory. I mean, that's what I think happened. You know, because why else would it sag on that side? But anyway, we can change springs and do different things. I stopped off at the Dollar General today and got us some stuff to scrub this thing down with, because my wife has been dying to do this. Have you been dying to do this?
Totally.
Dollar General carries Cragers lug nuts now. Do y'all believe that?
No.
These finally showed up today. And guess what? They don't fit. But Summit stepped up to the plate. Jennifer called them, said, hey guys, they don't fit. We ordered the 7/16. Y'all sent the 1/2 inch. And they sent both sets of washers for center and offset. And they said, it's on us. We're going to send y'all out the right set at no cost, and y'all keep these. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
After 9 days of waiting on them.
yeah, true. So I got us some Scotch-Brites, and they were out of Comet. Or maybe they don't carry Comet at Dollar General.
I'm sure they probably do.
I looked, couldn't find none, but I found this. Rust remover. So we're going to try this. We've used the Comet before. And I like to mix this with some water. So I had an old bleach white bottle. And I do half water, half purple power. So what I like to do is I like to rinse the car off really good and spray. Say for instance, we'll do the hood first. I'll spray the hood down with this and kind of let it be soaking, and sprinkle this over it, and then come back with the Scotch-Brite and then wash it. And once we get that hood done, we'll rinse it real good, move on to the next panel. That way, this is not sitting, well, this is my mixture. This is not sitting full strength on a panel while we're waiting to get to that panel, because I don't want it to eat a whole lot off. I just want it to help clean, degrease, and wash. You'll have to upload a picture of our record that we done. Now, when we done the record, we done steel wool and purple power, and then we let it dry, blew it off real good, pulled it in the shop, and Jennifer coated it in flood. Some of y'all might have heard of that. The flood looked awesome. We took the thing to a couple cruise-ins and car shows, and we used it, but it didn't last as long as I was hoping that it would. So I guess if we kept it out of the weather under a shed or in the shop and we don't have room, it would have lasted longer. So I don't think we're going to use the flood on this. I think we're going to try the sweet patina, because whenever we done the flood on the record, we didn't know about sweet patina. We didn't see them till Cruising the Coast that year. That's the first time we'd heard of them. So anyway, y'all hang out with us. We're going to start on this and get it all done this afternoon and show y'all the outcome, see how it looks, because maybe this thing hadn't been washed since 1979. I don't know. Who knows?
Probably.
But I'm excited. You excited?
Totally.
What's up with totally? Here
That's
lately?
my word.
Okay. All right. Well, we're totally going to do this, man. All right. Here we go. All right, guys. So, it's the next afternoon. Y'all check it out.
Beautiful.
Do them a walk around.
Try not to step in a hole.
Show them that sexy thing. Oh, show them this right here. This fender used to be blue, so it's had a fender replacement. I think so, or something's happened. And it's had a repaint too. When we were scrubbing it with those Scotch Brights, we found all kind of little hidden gems, and there's no telling what kind of stories this car has. Grandma got mad, run over somebody at the grocery store parking lot, run over at the fuel pump, backed over a mailbox. There's no telling what this old girl has seen in its day, but still cool. We still love it. Now don't pay attention to this. I'm gonna paint it green. Yes, I know. It looks like somebody murdered a Smurf or something. But anyway, but we like it. It's looking good. It's coming together. Jennifer got the headliner out last night. And there's a big old huge rat nest right up above the passenger door over there. So she's gonna shop vac it today. And my buddy Tommy's coming over. He's headed here now. He's been doing odd and end body stuff and painting since we were in high school. So he's gonna help me massage these little dents out all around the car. He's got better tools or more tools than what I have, so I'm gonna let him help me with that. Then we're gonna decide if we're gonna sweet patina it, do a semi-gloss clear on it, or I don't know. We'll let him help us decide on that. But after this video, we're gonna start getting stuff ready for Cruising the Coast. And then we will get back on this, because Cruising the Coast is a week-long event. It starts October the 1st this year. It's an awesome, gigantic car show on Highway 90. I can't explain everything they do, everything that you get to see and what you get to participate in. You'll have to look it up online, but we've been doing it for 20 years. We love it. We try to go every year. We've only missed 2 years in 20 years. I think we went on...
Went to Branson one year.
And Katrina happened.
Yeah, and Katrina happened.
So,
and that's only because they canceled it.
Yep.
We'd have been there anyway.
The cruise was gone. It was crazy. You have to look up some YouTube videos on Katrina on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. But anyway, so we're going to do our little body work on it this evening, and we're going to kind of tuck it in the back corner and get started on our stuff for Cruising the Coast, because it's coming up quick. And but whenever we turn around and come back home, and probably in a week or two after Cruising the Coast, we're going to snatch the motor out of this. The little 6-cylinder is just froze up. When it was at Newbert's house, he had poured some stuff down in the cylinders. I have poured some stuff down in the cylinders, and I have yet to get it freed up. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time trying to get it freed up. We're just going to pull the motor and transmission and carry on with what we've been talking about. Steam cleaning, pressure washing, getting everything looking good, looking nice. But I have an engine that is on an engine stand in the corner of the shop that's never been fired up, that I built. When did you say we built the house?
06.
Okay, so Katrina hit in 2005.
Mm-hmm.
And we built the engine either in 04 or the beginning of 05. I can't remember. I think you got pictures of it somewhere.
I do.
And
somewhere.
Knowing you've probably got the dates on them. So anyway, I've got a 350 4-bolt main with flat tops in it and a nice camshaft, decent set of heads, dual plane intake. But if it hasn't rusted up on the inside, or if it's not ruined or stuck or whatever, anyway, I'm going to try to use it to go in this car. So probably on the next video after Cruising Coast, I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. After we get back home from Cruising the Coast and we start back on this, we're going to pull the motor and transmission. We're going to dig that motor out of the shop and tear it apart and see what's all to it. Make sure it's still usable, still good. I hadn't rolled it over. I mean, I greased and lubed everything real good, but I hadn't rolled it over in probably 4 or 5 years. So anyway, we're going to check it out. Y'all hang out with us this evening. We're going to hammer these little dents out and see how everything turns out. All right, come on. Did you really run off and leave your tools?
I really did. I know, I told you I brought a DA, that's all I got. Ross has all my tools and I meant to go by there and get them. I forgot all that. So we got a piece of, this is what we got.
This is all I've been using. And I think you made that hammer.
Oh my God. Look right here. Got to be joking. I swear to God, I'll fix it with this. I can do it. You know, I can do it.
Guys, so Tommy's about got these worked out pretty good. They look way better than what they did. You can see our fingerprints and oily hands all over them from trying to massage. This in here was pretty bad. This in here had a good crease in it right through here. And we're gonna set the front cap off this thing when we pull that motor. So we're thinking about waiting on this one right here. There was one on the other side that he got out though. I was pretty impressed with it. It was right here. It was a goose egg. There's still a little low spot, but he recommends us waiting until we get the front cap off. So, while he works on this one on the trunk, we'll show him the motor. It's in the back corner. Alright. This thing ain't nothing pretty to look at, because it's been sitting up for years and years and years. There's nothing even bolted on it, but it's still got oil. You can still see grease and all down in there and assembly lube. So I've been doing some thinking. This motor is so popular that there's been memes going around it for years about this engine. Not this particular engine. You ready for it? Mm-hmm. This is a 350 4-bolt main. It's a 3970010 block, so it was made in the late 70s.
I thought it was an EcoBoost.
No.
Really? I had no idea.
This has a 292 Lonati cam in it. Newbern gave me a set of camel hump heads. They're over there on the bench. We'll go over and look at them. So I'm going to take these heads off, check this engine out, have those heads checked and freshened up. We're going to put those heads on this engine. So you'll have a 350 4-bolt main with a 292 cam and some camel hump heads. That thing will be jumping Coke bottles in the parking lot, because that was the saying when I was a kid. If you had a 350 4-bolt main and a set of camel hump heads, you had the baddest motor around. Am I lying, Tommy?
Yes, that's honestly
Every old man, every hot rodder back in the day, 350 4-bolt main with some camel hump heads. That just went around forever.
So, I mean, I had one. The only reason I didn't jump Coke bottles because I didn't want to.
So anyway, after me thinking about it and remember what camshaft is in here, this is the same camshaft that was in our 72 Nova.
Okay.
And you like the way it sounded?
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Okay.
And the same one that was in the little gray S10 I had that time.
Oh, the little S10 V8 you got from me. That's right.
Same
That's right.
thing.
Okay.
Same thing. Same setup.
Okay. So,
And it did actually jump.
but there's nothing bolted on this motor except for the heads. The intake's not bolted. I just set all of this on here to protect it or keep stuff from getting down in it all these years. And we might even run the 90s retro valve covers and air cleaner.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, we're going to check this short block out. If this short block is good, and I feel like it will be, and the camshaft is good, let's walk over here and check these heads out. So these are the camel hump heads that I got from Newbern that come off the small block 400. They put in the convertible Fox body on faster with Finnegan. And they cranked this motor and was breaking in the camshaft and it wiped a load. So they killed it, pulled it out, put another engine in it, and these have been sitting in his shop. So I'm going to take them and have them freshened up. One, they have the accessory holes on there, because I have a couple sets on the park shelf, but I don't think they have accessory holes. And they got screw-in studs and guide plates, and I'll just order a set of valve springs to match that camshaft, because I still have the cam card in the toolbox in the drawer. So let's run these heads on the 350 with flat tops, the 292 cam. I'll be blast one of them dual plane air gap intakes, and let's walk over here and see if we can't find you some cool valve covers. All right, guys, as y'all can tell, I am a parts hoarder on used stuff. It saves me money to reuse this junk. It ain't junk to me. I love it. But anyway, I save all kind of stuff. Something like that.
Yeah.
We'll paint the motor hugger orange. Maybe do some orange stripes in here. Make them look nice and pretty. And got those also.
I think I like those better.
Yeah, I'm saving those for my 55.
Figures.
Or, Tommy, the old gold set of Morosos.
Can't go wrong with it. That's it right there.
But anyway, so let's try to use every used part that I've got to put your engine together. I mean, the short block's new. Well, it was 18 years ago. It had warranty on it. You think it's still good?
I don't think you have enough used parts to put it together. I just really don't. I mean, I don't think you can do it.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't have any intakes up there at all.
Big,
No
big two
carburetors.
engines-
No
big two
carburetors.
engines down on the coast doing all the machine work on that short block and assembled it. And I remember when we went and picked it up, all this come flooding back to me earlier. To have that short block completely gone through, new everything, was $700. Now you can't get that done today. There's no way. And it had a 30,000, 36-month warranty, whichever come first. And
I think we're overdue.
yeah, so we're way past the 36 months with 0 miles. But anyway, we'll get it tore down. We'll check it out. Have the heads freshened up, new valve springs, one of the dual plane intakes probably that one that's just sitting on the engine now. I'll bead blast it and clean it, and we'll order a gasket set, let you pick out some valve covers, and we'll try to find you an air breather that kind of matches. And we'll go with that. You like that idea?
I love it.
I love it too, if my opinion matters.
It does.
Ah, see, I thought so. I feel so special.
Tommy's always special. We still have plenty more to work on. We just have to work on it when our budget allows us. So y'all continue to hang out and watch, and y'all comment. You know, y'all give me some ideas or bounce some ideas off of me, or give me your opinion of, you know, something that would work better that I hadn't heard of or don't know of, because I don't know everything. Anyway, guys, look, I appreciate it. Y'all continue to hang out with us. We're going to work on this 55 a little more, and we will see y'all later. Thank you.